Just looking at this massive... So what I did is, like, I went back through my Steam library. I compiled everything that I thought was worth having an opinion on from that. And then I went to, like, my Xbox game history, going all the way back, basically from when I first started playing on the 360. And then everything before that, I essentially just pulled from memory. I have the, 6 tiers here? Everything from favorites to fuck shit. I don't think there's going to be a lot of fuck shit here, but there's definitely a few.
But wait, where's a kingdom for Kerflings on your list? How you gonna have a games ranking list without a kingdom for Kerflings?
Look, if it's not on the list, it means either A, I didn't play it, or B, I played it, but not really long enough to, like, actually give a fuck about it. Now, there are a few games that I did actually miss in this list, but, man, fuck it. 5D Chess, I think, is one of my favorite games right now. 5D Chess is fucking sick. It's crazy how that game fucking plays out. It's beautiful. Aviary Attorney is a detective visual novel wherein the main characters are birds. Actually, come to think of it, I didn't even realize... But anyway, Aviary Attorney is actually pretty fucking good. I'll just put it in good for now. Maybe I'll come back to it. ABZU, I think ABZU's alright. I think I liked Journey more. If ABZU's meh, it's probably up at, like, the higher end of meh, I think. Either that or the bottom of good. I'll just put it at, like, the top of meh for now. Okay, 5 is the best. Is it one of my favorites, or is it just great? Yeah, 5's better than 7, I'd say. 7's good. In fact, let me just, like, okay. 7 is good. 0 is good. 6 is like, I mean, it's fine, but every cutscene makes me want to fucking slam my head against a wall. And that's saying something for an Ace Combat game. I'll put it under ABZU. 5 is great. 4 is good. Some people probably would say that 5 and 0 are, like, on the same level. Would I put 0 above 7? No, I think I had more fun in 7 than 0. ARMA 3. It's good. It's a mill sim. I don't love mill sims, but I think it's pretty comfortably in good, though, somewhere. Here, maybe. I'm not sure if I've experienced, like, peak ARMA still, which is interesting. Assassin's Creed, okay. 2 is at, like, the bottom of good-ish. 3 is... Ugh, 3. This is the game that got me to stop playing Assassin's Creed games. Does it go to fuck shit just, like, on that principle? Because I liked these games before 3. Just put it in bad. Brotherhood is, like, at the top of... yeah, it's at the top of good. Revelations was... better than 2, not as good as Brotherhood. 3 was a fucking jump, and 4 was a fucking leap away from... I didn't even really play enough of 4 to really, like, have an opinion on it. I just couldn't after 3. 3 was just... it was bad. Road to Ballhalla is at least good. No, it's not as good as Aviary Attorney. It's such a weird comparison. Bastion. Bastion's good. Bastion could be the gateway to greatness. Ah... Berserk, Band of the Hawk. I like Berserk. I don't like Berserk, Band of the Hawk. You can go at the top of bad. Okay, Battlefield games. Bad Company 2 has to go at the top for me. Was it great? Yeah, it was great. Bad Company 1 was good. Battlefield 1 was, I think, one of the last games I played on my Xbox One before I just gave it to my dad. I think Battlefield 1 was actually probably fine. You can go, like, here. What is Splinter Cell Blacklist doing up here? I mean, it's in fuck shit category, but what's it doing there? I mean, maybe the multiplayer is okay, but campaign was bad, and they got rid of Michael Ironside. Amateur move. Ah, yeah, Civ Rev. Civ Rev was actually the first Civ game I played, and I know you might be thinking I'm about to go on some, like, fucking nostalgia high and put it way higher than it should go, but I recognize Civ Rev is not actually a very good game. I had some fun with it. I would probably put it in, like, meh. I don't think it was really bad. It's probably at the bottom of meh. Civ Rev should be in fuck shit. Yeah, well, sounds like somebody got culture shocked into not having any cities. Civ 5 is good. I think with all of its expansions, it's really good. I think I'll put Civ 5 probably like here. CK2 is great with the caveat that you own all of the expansions. They do have the season pass for it now though. I probably have like maybe like 100 or something hours collectively in Civ 5, and I think I have, yeah, 600 hours in CK2. CK2 also does have some pretty dank mods as well. I'll put it here above Civ. I like both games pretty much. Like, I'm thinking kind of what I enjoy doing in CK2 and Civ 5, and I probably get the same level of enjoyment out of both, just in different ways. Didn't I have like, yeah, there's the bastard, get in there. Call of Duty Ghosts is some fuck shit. I returned Call of Duty Ghosts. I had a physical copy of Call of Duty Ghosts, and I took that shit back to GameStop. Are any of the COD games great? Are any of the ones that I played great, I should say? Oh, wait, do I not have Wait, I played Black Ops 2. Is it actually missing here? Okay, we're gonna pretend that Black Ops 2 is on this list. If it were on this list, it would be number 150, and it would probably go in like the lower end of good. The campaign was but you know, everything else about Black Ops 2 checked out. World at War can go, it was fine. We can go here. I was a bit late to World at War, I think. I think by the time I had played World at War, I think Black Ops might have been out or something like that. COD 4, was it great or was it good? I think COD 4 is probably at the bottom of the great list. Like, I'm trying to think of any aspects of COD 4, well, aside from the fact that there's the hacking problem, but it does come from the time when there wasn't a lot being done by like anyone to like support their games post-launch. Like, if there was a patch for a game post-launch in like 2008 or whatever, it was to fix something that was seriously bad. And even then, some games didn't fix all the really bad things. I think I would put Black Ops 1 here somewhere. I mean, it was good, but they did my boy quickscoping dirty. But Zombies was really good in Black Ops 1. Campaign was fine too. I wish I could put Modern Warfare 2 in the good games spot. I really wish I could. I mean, Spec Ops is decent. Campaign's like, it's okay. I was gonna say they really did Modern Warfare 2 dirty, but really they didn't do anything. They fixed like the care package glitch, and I don't think they ever rebalanced anything in Modern Warfare 2. And that was like the cardinal sin that that game committed, was the multiplayer was just so...
Capture the objectives. Enemy has A. Harry is standing by. We've lost the lead.
That's the Ferris wheel at the fucking theme park in COD. I'll put it in meh. Oh hey, Modern Warfare 3. Also meh. CSGO. Nowadays, every time I load up CS and I play a match, I like regret it about 90 minutes later. But I won't lie, I have 2,000 hours. There was a pretty solid at least 600 hours in there. I'm not happy with where CS is at right now, but it is still one of my favorite games. How much money to no-scope this guy?
0.
Yes. 1 peso.
Now hold on. I can explain this. Dead Island is not a good game. It is a bad game. Dead Island is a beautiful accident. This like sums up the game. Most of the houses in the game are like textures. You can't actually go in the houses, or at least you're not supposed to be able to. But there's a glitch in Dead Island that was never fixed, not with the remaster, never, where if you walk up to like a door that's on a corner, you can just crouch and move backwards into the door, and you will just clip through the wall instantly. It's not hard. It's not even really a setup. Dead Island is just full of beautiful, terrible bugs like that, and it's amazing. It's awful, but it's amazing. It's special. That's what Dead Island is. It's really special. What about Riptide? Dead Island Riptide? I honestly don't even remember Dead Island Riptide. I remember it not being memorable. Destiny. Destiny 1. Destiny 1 was... meh. Destiny 1 could have been an amazing game, but it was okay. Destiny was like a confused game. It had like a lot of really good core elements, but like, I don't know. I don't understand Destiny 1 still, but I'm disappointed by what it was. Deus Ex Revision, which is not the original Deus Ex, it was, I mean, it was fine. I imagine the original Deus Ex proper would probably go higher, probably into the good category, but I didn't play it, so. Oh man, Dragon's Dogma, Dark Arisen. I really wanted to like this game. I think I played like 7 hours of it, and like, I don't know, it just didn't stick for some reason. I don't know what it was. All of the like features and like mechanics of that game are really cool, but I don't know, combat just kind of sucks, if I remember correctly. You can go up here too. Divekick. I think Divekick is actually legit a good game. I'll put it at the bottom of good. Divekick's a good game. Do I need to explain this? Doom 2016. Doom 2016 is a great game. Yeah, it's a great game. I'd put it here. That's a good place, I think. Dead Rising 1 is good, I think. It's been a minute. It was a little more refined than Assassin's Creed 2, I think. Dead Rising 2 off the record is better. I would say, where would I put this? I'd probably just put it like here. That seems like a fine place for Dead Rising 2 off the record. It was fun. There was a lot of nice stuff. I've actually never heard anybody talk about Driver San Francisco, I don't think, before, but it's actually kind of good. This is a 360 PS3 game, I believe, and there is a PC version, but they don't sell it digitally, so you have to, you know. But it's out there. You can find it. And it's actually pretty underrated, I think. It has like this really neat gimmick where you're playing as a guy who can possess any car. Like he's a guy who can like have an out-of-body experience, possess someone who is driving a car, and then, you know, use that car for other purposes. And it's actually like kind of integrated pretty well into the gameplay. The story is kind of like, whatever. But the game knows what it is. I'd put it here. Dark Souls 2 and 3. I've not really played Dark Souls 1, and I don't really plan on it. And I guess I should specify this is Dark Souls 2 Scholar, not the base Dark Souls 2. I think Dark Souls 2 is good. Probably here. That's probably a reasonable spot for it. It's not that good, but it's good. And a lot of neat bosses. Also, I think I like the story of Dark Souls 2 the most. Its combat was jank? I don't know. I think there's a few bosses that are pretty jank. But I think in general, combat in DS2 is actually pretty decent. DS3 goes up here, though. DS3 is delicious. It's nice that in Dark Souls 3, like, having someone stab you with a spear through a 4-foot wall is just, like, a weird thing that happens sometimes, rather than, like, the regular status quo as in the previous 2 games. It's a nice change. Nice change of pace. A lot of the bosses in DS3 are, like, really fucking good. Like, there's a lot of very solid boss design in Dark Souls 3, and also the tree. Okay, Elite Dangerous. Elite Dangerous is a shallow game, but I like swimming in the tiny puddle that is Elite Dangerous. It's a very wide puddle. I mean, I'd be lying if I said it wasn't good. I've spent at least 100 hours just space trucking. I don't know if it's great. I think I'll put it like here. There's a couple of like short gameplay loops in Elite Dangerous that I think you kind of just have to like settle into, and if you don't really settle into any of them, then it just doesn't really like, it just doesn't click. Exploration and combat and mining and trucking and trading and all that. They're simple things, but you can do them like everywhere for a long time if you really enjoy it. Fallout 3 is bad. It just doesn't hold up. It's not just that New Vegas like completely eclipses all of the appeal of Fallout 3, because it does. Like if you have access to New Vegas, like there's very little in Fallout 3 that is even worth thinking about, let alone even playing. I remember the first time I played Fallout 3, and it was after playing New Vegas, admittedly. But I remember I completed Fallout 3, and I was generally pretty open-minded about it at the time. It felt like I was supposed to feel accomplished, but I really felt like even though that game ends with you like bringing clean water to the wasteland or some shit, it feels like nothing. The world of Fallout 3 is just like a fucking It's like an old amusement park ride before they like figured out that you have to put ramps and shit on that to make it really interesting. It was just like being carted through like an old fucking like play on a cart. If you don't look behind you or around as you're on the ride, then it's like, oh, okay. If you turn around, everything behind you just looks like shit. That's how Fallout 3 feels. Also, if you buy Fallout 3 on Steam, it literally will not work without a mod, and Bethesda is fully aware of this, and it does not. They just have like a little warning up on the Steam store saying, hey, this might not work if you're on Windows 10. So fuck Fallout 3. Fallout 4, I would like to say that the jury is still in deliberations about Fallout 4 for me. For me right now, it is not in the good category. It would feel immoral for me to put it in bad without at least like putting a decent mod list together, and I'm still doing that. So we'll see where that takes me, and for right now I'll put it at like, I'll put it under Modern Warfare 3 and it can sit there for a minute. Fire Emblem. First Fire Emblem game I played was Fire Emblem, well, I guess it was just called Fire Emblem in the States. I played this game on a Game Boy emulator on my phone in like Algebra 2 class. It was pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, that's something I actually didn't even think about, is the map design in Fire Emblem 7. Yeah, the levels in that were like actually... I remember doing a lot of thinking in math class, and not about math. Is it better than Awakening though? Probably like... here somewhere. I think I liked Awakening more than 7. I'm pretty sure this game is the reason that I got a 3DS, which is unfortunate. Probably just sits in good still. Probably just like right above it. Fates. This is where Fire Emblem started to become a dating sim. Just a little bit. This was the game that had the fucking blow into your microphone.
Did an alien write this game?
It's so close to fuck shit, is it? Yeah, it's fuck shit. So it's not like the gameplay was really much better either. I don't even think it was improved from Awakening even. Maybe like the new Fire Emblems are okay. I haven't played any since Fates, but just a weird fucking direction that series has gone. The First Tree is one of those indie games. One of those indie games where you walk around doing simple tasks and listening to like dialogue and stuff. Sometimes I do like those games, but not this time. First Tree is not good. Was it bad? I'll put it at the bottom of meh. It was... I don't even know what to say about the First Tree. It was just so like, ugh. Just whatever. That's just what I felt at the end of the First Tree. Like, okay, sure. Football Manager 2020. I first came into contact with this game and proceeded to spend like the next 5 days, like probably like 6 hours a day, managing my fucking Beijing football team, or soccer. That was a time in my life. This game, yeah, I mean, it's good. Where's it go? Does Football Manager 2020 go between Ace Combat 4 and 0? My instincts tell me yes. Forza Horizon 4 is really close to being a great game, I think. Maybe it is. Maybe it's at the bottom of great. Like, I remember I was pretty skeptical going into Forza Horizon 4 because it looks like it has all of like the trappings of like a modern like racing game that has like a bunch of heavy online features. And it does have some of that, but like the core gameplay and like the aspect of collecting cars in Forza Horizon 4 is actually like really legit. Well, pretty much all of the race modes are like really satisfying too. Yeah, you know what? I'll put it at the bottom of great. Okay, The Forest. I think The Forest is good, but I would have probably never played it solo. Where does it fit? Probably above Assassin's Creed 2. I feel like when I don't know where something goes, I just go, yeah, this is better than Assassin's Creed 2 and call it there. I rearrange this. You put it above Dead Rising 1. There we go. Oh boy. Now I get to the games that nobody has ever played before except for me. This is one of the first games I ever played on my dad's fucking like Dell PC tower back in, this may have been like 2006. Descent Freespace The Great War, which is this first game. This was released in 1998. And then Freespace 2 was 1999. It is a space flight combat sim, light on the sim aspects, and the game is actually like good. Freespace 2 actually has like a modding scene that has been active, is probably still active. They still have a forum, and there are a series of like overhaul mods for Freespace 2 as well. Freespace 1, I would put probably, I don't know, above Divekick or something. I mean, put it above here. I don't need to bully Assassin's Creed 2 anymore. And then Freespace 2, I would put above that. How far? Probably like right above. They're basically the same game, except Freespace 2 has the story in the first one's campaign is better, but okay. From the Depths. I really want to like From the Depths, but the UI in that game is fucking atrocious. It's really bad. I think it goes into like, probably like here somewhere. Game Dev Tycoon. I think Game Dev Tycoon is actually great. Like, it's a small game, but it's a great game. Put it like here, honestly. Like, oop, here. Just pretend that this right here is just all like Gears of War 1, 2, and 3. I mean, they're all the same game. They're fine, I guess. I would put them probably here. I think the most memorable part about Gears of War was like the trailer for 1. Genital Jousting's multiplayer is straight up broken. However, single player campaign is legit. I'll put it in meh. Probably here. Ghost Recon Breakpoint. My gut tells me meh. Like every time a character talked in that game, my eyes just glazed over. There is a good game in Ghost Recon Breakpoint, but they really buried it. And there's only like a hand sticking out of the ground at this point. I'll put it above the first tree. Not above Fallout 4 though. Guitar Hero World Tour. First Guitar Hero game I played, you know, it's Guitar Hero. It's, you know, it's fine. And it was probably one of the better Guitar Hero games. I'll put it here. That's a fine place. Guitar Hero on Tour is a Nintendo DS version of Guitar Hero. The original Nintendo DS had a slot where you could put in Game Boy games at the bottom. And for Guitar Hero on Tour, you would plug in like this weird hand-shaped, well, curved controller into that slot. And it had 4 Guitar Hero buttons on it. And that was how you would play Guitar Hero on your DS. Yeah, it was bad. It was real bad. I remember even when I was like 11 or whatever the fuck when I was playing it, I was like, wow, this is bad. Yeah, this is probably at the bottom of bad. It was like, it was shit. Goat Simulator. I get the appeal of Goat Simulator. It's not pretending to be good, which I do appreciate in a way, but I'm probably about here. Gree or Gris, I actually don't know how this is pronounced. It has a cool art style. The soundtrack was kind of whatever. It's a soundtrack that I imagine a lot of people would listen to and think is good, but it didn't hit any unique buttons for me. I think I would probably put this at the top of meh, actually. I've never been huge on platformers, really. GTA San Andreas and GTA 4, because those are the ones that I've played. San Andreas is a certified hood classic. I don't think there's any questioning that at this point. I think it was probably a high good GTA San Andreas. I think it's up here. And GTA 4, I played GTA 4 more, but I don't think it was as good as San Andreas. I think I just had a lot of fun dicking around in the multiplayer, but the single player was like kind of, I mean, it was fine in GTA 4, I think, but I don't think it was very memorable. I'd probably put it like down here. Had a lot of good fun jousting with helicopters in GTA 4. That was a good time. Halo 1 is a good game. I played Halo 1 on PC actually, and I remember good times on fucking in my Halo 1 X-Fire clan. Shout out to X-Fire, the deadest fucking platform. I'll put Halo 1 right here. Halo 2 might be a better game, but I don't like it as much as Halo 1 still. It probably goes here. Halo 3 is like pure. It was before they started really experimenting with the formula, and that's not to say that the experiments sort of, not all of them went poorly, but Halo 3 is like probably the peak of what like OG Halo was, I think. I think Halo 3 probably goes, it's funny, Halo 3 and COD 4 are right here. It's the 2007 competitors. Little did we know the real winner was the friends we made along the way. Speaking of the experiments, we have ODST now, which is good. It had that sax in the soundtrack. It did have Firefight. But was it great? I'll put it above Halo 1. Actually, I'll put it above Driver even. ODST is pretty good. Halo Reach is good, and it had the best Forge mode. Campaign was alright. Multiplayer and Forge were like I think the selling points have reached though. And it's a shame that all those tools showed up in Halo Reach after like the art of Halo Machinima died basically, or at least as it was on the decline. Kind of wild how that turned out. I mean, I could put you next to ODST. That seems appropriate. That seems reasonable to me. Halo Wars should be bad, but it's actually kind of good. It's not like great, but as far as an RTS on a controller goes, it's actually like very playable and pretty decent actually. I'd probably put it here-ish. It's good. Halo 4 has problems. Like they just kind of threw in new enemy designs and didn't really think about the way they fit into the balance of Halo's combat. Multiplayer was like okay actually. It wasn't bad. But like the core PvE combat in Halo 4 just got completely like flipped upside down and not in a Fresh Prince Bel-Air kind of way. I'll put it down here. Human Fall Flat. It's a fun game actually. It's definitely more of a party game. I can't really imagine playing Human Fall Flat single player, even though I think you can. I put it with like Divekick.
Hang on, lads. Take my hand. Oh, no! We lost it. Whoa, shit, no! You're fucking...
Back to bird visual novels, my favorite category on this list. I have all the achievements in Hatoful Boyfriend, which means that I have done all of the side stories. I got the secret ending. I did everything. All told at the end of Hatoful Boyfriend. I think it was pretty fucking funny. What I really liked about, I'm not gonna like spoil too much about it. The secret ending like is so absurd, but they commit to it the entire, like they go the extra 110%. It's going in good. Probably above some games that probably it shouldn't, but it's going. Maybe like here, maybe right there. That seems okay to me. Half-Life 1? Ooh, is Half-Life 1 great? Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Half-Life 1's great. Half-Life 2 is also great. I don't even really have to think about that. Insurgency. Not the mod, but not Sandstorm either, the 2013 one. Insurgency is good, but it is just a multiplayer experience, but you know, it's still a pretty solid one at that. I'll put it next to The Forest. That fits. Just Cause 2. I don't know if Just Cause 2 was great, but it was pretty good. I feel like it fits probably pretty well up here with like Dead Rising 2. Because I actually played Just Cause 2 recently, and the game itself has aged pretty well, minus a few things. Journey, I know I said earlier I like this more than ABZU, and I would probably put it at good. Probably here. That's where Journey goes. Katamari Damacy Reroll. This game's only like maybe like 5 or 6 hours, even if you do all the optional challenges, and it's actually great. Katamari Damacy is fucking legit. Left 4 Dead 2. You can include the Left 4 Dead 1 campaigns in here because they play the same. I want to call Left 4 Dead 2 a great game, but I don't know, going back to it, it's like, it just doesn't feel as good as I think it should. But I'd still put it up here. Probably like here. Minecraft. Is Minecraft one of my favorite games? Not really, but it is great. Like, I can't deny it. Yeah, vanilla Minecraft is like, it's good, I would say, vanilla Minecraft, but I think if I include, you know, modded Minecraft, yeah, it's probably up here, honestly. Oh boy, time to make another gamer move here. Here's how this shit goes. Probably goes something like this. You can go up here. And that is where the Mass Effect trilogy goes. The order for me is 1, 2, 3. They're all good games, at least. I mean, if Citadel wasn't in Mass Effect 3, it would probably be at, like, the bottom of good, but... Oh, wait, Kai Lang. Metro 2033 Redux. It was... I mean, it was good, but it really made me want to play Stalker. I mean, it was a good game, I think. I think I can put it down here. Metal Gear Solid 5. Straight, actually, maybe like right here. Oh yeah, I should like order my favorites. I haven't done that yet. Or like this. That's probably more accurate in my favorites. Metal Gear Solid 5 is really fucking good. I think Metal Gear Solid 5 has the best sandbox I've ever played in a game. Whether or not you can really like love Metal Gear Solid 5 is pretty contingent on whether or not you can enjoy the Hideo Kojima roller coaster that he puts on for you. Some of the cutscenes are, you know, skippable, but I got my hands up. I'm feeling the wind on my face. This is like the Hot Pursuit reboot or whatever that came out in like 2015 or something. Actually, 2014 or 13 or something like that. It was pretty meh. Maybe even like down here. It was strictly okay, probably, I think. And here we have Need for Speed Most Wanted, like the actual game that was released on like PC and like the consoles. I replayed this very recently, actually. It's good, but it's not great. There are still like some problems with the game that kind of annoy me. Stuff just with like racing AI. Rubber banding in Most Wanted is kind of bad too. But it's still a good game, I think. It holds up generally pretty okay. I can put it above Driver. That's I can put the two racing games together. It seems fine to me. Here we have Need for Speed Most Wanted for the Nintendo DS. Need for Speed Most Wanted for the Nintendo DS is, by like leaps and miles, the worst game I have ever played in my life. Without question. I can't describe it. I can't describe the feeling of trying to maneuver a car in this game. It's like... It's the worst game I've ever played in my life, period. Anyway, Onigiri is Onigiri is a Japanese MMORPG that was released in 2013 or some shit, and it looks like a Dreamcast game and plays like it's bad. It's worse than League. Outer Worlds. The Outer Worlds was very meh. Probably at the top of meh. I didn't really like the Outer Worlds. I would like to have liked the Outer Worlds. The writing just did not really connect. There was some good character writing, but there was also some pretty like mediocre plot writing. The gameplay was fine. It's kind of unfortunate. Overwatch. Overwatch is just like Diet Team Fortress 2, and Team Fortress 2 isn't bad. But is Overwatch good? Not really. I don't think so anyways. I would definitely play Overwatch over any of the games in the bad category. I'll put it down here. Payday 2. Oh, this is a recent wound. This game used to be good, and then they fucked it. I don't know why they had to do it the way that they did, but they did. Now it's in the meh category. Probably goes like here. It's a shame. Oh man, Peggle. Peggle 1, great game. Peggle 2 could have been a lot better. It was good, but it was just good. Yeah, Peggle 2 goes here. That's where Peggle 2 goes. Oh hey, Pirates of the Caribbean Online. I'm not gonna lie and say that it's good. It's not even like meh. Like most of that game is actually bad. But ship battles are like okay. That's basically the only reason I play the game. And even then, I don't play it a lot. Pokemon time. First Pokemon game I played was Fire Red on my Game Boy emulator in my math class. It was good. It has mildly dated stuff, but it's, you know, more vintage than anything. I would put it probably like here. And then I played Pokemon X for the 3DS, and it was the exact same game. It's just fucking... it's fuck shit. What can I mean, I shouldn't put it below Need for Speed Most Wanted. There. That's where that can go. Portal 1. Portal 1 is good. Portal 1 goes, like, up here. Portal 2 is the best Valve game, provided I haven't played Half-Life Alyx, so probably goes right here. Project Cars is... good. It's pretty basic for what it is, but it's solid as a, you know, track racing game. I can go over here. Project Wingman. Could I put Project Wingman at the bottom of great? Maybe I could. I think I will. I think I'll put Project Wingman at the bottom of great. I feel like I still haven't sunk enough hours into Conquest to really, like, get a feel for how deep it goes, or how deep my appeal for it goes. But everything I've experienced with Project Wingman has been great. Quake Champions. It ain't your granddaddy's Quake, except it basically still is, just has character selection. The esports side of the game just like completely had a fucked format for a while and couldn't figure out how to make duel work, which is like the most basic fucking game mode. Anyways, it's a good game. It's a shame that arena shooters are like a dead genre, basically. You can go here, Quake Champions. Red Dead Redemption. I've not played this game in some time, but I really like Red Dead Redemption. Like, I'm actually still not sure which of the two games I like more. Red Dead 2 was longer, I think, and that is impressive that it was like so consistently good for so long. I think I respect the ending of Red Dead 1 a little bit more than 2. 2 has this whole epilogue where you start playing as John. I think they kind of included it as sort of like a palate cleanser after the ending of Red Dead 2, which is brutal, but is really good. But Red Dead 1 ends... the ending to Red Dead 1 is so good. It gets me. This is where they go. I think if I were to replay Red Dead 1, I would probably put Red Dead 2 above it. Probably, but I don't actually know that. Resident Evil 5 is a fun... It was a fun co-op game. I would never play that game solo. I can put it at like the bottom of good. I can probably put it with like Human Fall Flat. They're both fun co-op games. RE7 I quite like, actually. They patched the holes on the sinking ship that was Resident Evil after 6. Although maybe not in the way that like all of the Resident Evil diehards may have liked. I'll put it like here. Return to the Obra Dinn is a great game, like without question. Just how great is it? I think it goes right here. I can't wait to replay Obra Dinn in like 3 years once I've kind of forgotten a lot of the... Well, maybe actually, it may take longer than that, because that game is pretty fucking memorable. I'm not going to say any spoilers, because I know a lot of people probably haven't played Obra Dinn, but it's so good. Rainbow Six Vegas 2 is good, but it has bugs on PC that still don't have mod patches somehow, which can make it unplayable in co-op, so I will put ye by, like... year. Rainbow Six Siege, on the other hand. How many hours do I have in Rainbow Six Siege? Hold on, let me look. I have 57 hours in Rainbow Six Siege, probably over the course of like 4 years. I had a period of time where I would like reinstall Rainbow Six Siege like once a year, and I'd be like, oh, is this game good yet? Because it was so close. It never got there for me. The netcode of that game was so bad for so long, and the community is like shockingly toxic in Rainbow Six Siege. Like, I'm saying this as a Counter-Strike player and someone who has also dipped my toes in League. I don't know what the game is like now. I haven't played it in like a year, but I would probably put Siege in meh, probably around here. Sega Bass Fishing, the source of many of the songs that inhabit my videos. This game feels like one of those arcade games that's just trying to get fucking coins from you. I can't believe I'm thinking critically about Sega Bass Fishing right now. What is worse than Sega Bass Fishing? Which would I play sooner, Overwatch or Sega Bass Fishing? Probably Sega Bass Fishing. No. That's where Sega Bass Fishing goes. Scribblenauts Unlimited is actually a great game. I would probably put it here with like Katamari. Just a fun game. Shell Shock Live, which is essentially just the Tanks Flash game you played in grade school, except on crack. Where would you go? You can go like right here. Or right here even. Skate 3. You're going up, my boy. Skate 3 goes right there. The hype is justified for whatever skate game is coming next. Skyrim. Skyrim, it might be the most meh game I've ever played. My most enjoyable moments in Skyrim were like cleaning out dungeons and collecting shouts, like just going shout hunting basically. I probably played like 150 or so hours of Skyrim. Yeah, none of the quests really stuck, but I don't recall a lot like that was really memorable. Sleeping Dogs I think is underrated, but I don't think it's great. Probably Aviary Attorney levels of good. The 2 Smash Bros games I've played. It's funny, I have pretty fond memories of both of these games, but I never actually like played them much with other people. Like I occasionally would play with my brother, but I was way better than him, so he didn't want to play with me very often. I think Melee is actually a pretty alright game, even without like real multiplayer experience. In fact, I think like the more seriously you take Melee's multiplayer, the more it kind of falls apart in some aspects. Like I know that for a long time Melee has been like the golden child in the Smash community as far as like the competitive sport goes, but there's been a lot of broken shit, and not to mention Brawl. At least from what I played, I would probably put Melee maybe here's more accurate. I think that's more accurate. I had a good time with Brawl too. Maybe not as good of a time, but it was pretty comparable actually. I'll just put it next to Melee for me. They're essentially the same experience from my memory. Now we got a spicy one. Spec Ops: The Line has like one of the best scripts that I've ever seen in a video game. Maybe the best script. Well, I don't know, New Vegas is pretty fucking impressive. I think I can probably justify putting Spec Ops: The Line in the great category just for how fucking like insanely good the script is. I'd probably put it like right here, because the gameplay is like meh, and multiplayer in that game is kind of a meme. But goddamn, the script for Spec Ops: The Line is so good. Splinter Cell Conviction is like the Splinter Cell game that I liked. I don't know if it was good enough to be great, but it was pretty good actually. Like I would probably put it maybe right here. That feels okay. SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated, the recent remaster. This remaster felt and played exactly how I like recalled it playing when I was young. It even used like that budget Mr. Krabs voice actor still. I mean, as far as remasters go, it doesn't get much better, like going from the original to the remaster. Hey, you know what? Fuck it. It was great. Stalker, Shadow of Chernobyl, and also all of the mods that I played for Shadow of Chernobyl, like, I think the main one that I played was like Call of Chernobyl. That was pretty fucking good. That game does feel old. I still don't think I've experienced another game that's quite like Stalker in the way that its like world is kind of shaped. Stalker's good. How good? It's this good. Can sit right under the wings of the Aviary Attorney. The Stanley Parable. Up you go. Where in my favorites list does the Stanley Parable go? Probably right above 5D chess. I still think about the Stanley Parable like all the time. Just thinking about like weirdly specific things, like which endings they stuck credits to and which ones they didn't. There's so much to think about. This is as good as a game that is walking around in an office could possibly be. Stardew Valley. I don't know, I just didn't connect with Stardew Valley. I don't know what it was. It's a fine game. It was not for me. I could put it at the top of meh. Stellaris. Kind of the same boat as CK2, except I haven't played as much. And I haven't played in a while, so I could end up coming back to Stellaris after... There was a new expansion recently, I think. But right now I think it's just, like, good. I think Stellaris has had, like, a really good cycle. In hindsight, when Stellaris started, it was in a rough spot, but they really have, like, really polished that game. Especially, like, considering the problems that I had at the beginning. It's impressive that they've been able to, like, do so much. Superhot. Superhot is pretty fucking good. It's probably at the higher end of good. I would say it's, like, up here. Superhot's a really good game. Superhot Mind Control Delete was my game of the year for 2019, so... Actually, wait, 2019? Didn't that come out last year? Am I what? Superhot Mind Control Delete. Oh, it was in early access. I see. Alright, Super Monkey Ball 2. It's taking a weird turn. So I recalled having good childhood memories of Super Monkey Ball 2. And then I came back to the game like 2 years ago or something on an emulator. And you cannot control the camera in Super Monkey Ball 2. At least not in the way that you should be able to. It's at the bottom of good. That's where Super Monkey Ball 2 is. The Talos Principle. I think the Talos Principle probably should be one of my favorite games, but it isn't. It's great. Even then, I feel like I should like the Talos Principle more. I think it's because of how the library assistant is written in the game. Like, that's like the main reason. I understand why the library assistant character is the way that they are, but I don't know. It just feels kind of contrived to me. Titanfall 1. In the beginning of the Xbox One, PS4 generation of consoles, especially on the Xbox One, there was a drought of games that were worth playing. Titanfall 1 came along and promised to be a refreshing oasis in the drought, and then Titanfall 1 came out and it was not an oasis. It was like a half-drink cup of water. I was still playing games on my 360 when I could have been playing Titanfall on an Xbox One. It's a real shame. However, let me think. Maybe right here. Actually, wait. Here. However, Titanfall 2 is fucking great. It's got a full-ass campaign, and a fucking great one at that. Multiplayer is, improved from the first game. Can I put it above Halo 3? I think I can. Okay, who says I can't? Of course, the game everyone was expecting on this list. Now we're getting to the real meat and potatoes. Tonka Rescue Patrol for the GameCube. This was one of the games that I owned for the GameCube. I'm not gonna lie, I'm working entirely from memory with this game because I haven't played it since I was a kid when I played it, which was many years ago. And I remember having an okay time with it, like driving over sidewalks, honking at civilians or whatever. But in reality, it probably is not very good and probably hasn't aged very well. So I'll just put it, I'll put it next to Sega Bass Fishing, right above Civ Rev. Trackmania, Nations Forever. This game is actually kind of legit, and the speedrunning community for this game is actually, there's some insane speedruns for individual levels in this game. It was like good. I went back to it like a year or two ago or something, and despite having difficulty like getting it running on a recent system, it was actually pretty fun, even on like the basic games levels. And there's a lot of fucking levels too. Teardown. You get to enjoy sitting up here at Teardown, for now at least. I mean, it'll probably sit here for a while. It's so crazy that this game's in early access. Like, they could stop development for Teardown tomorrow and still sell it for like 20 bucks or whatever they sell it for. Maybe it's 30. Even at 30, I think Teardown is still like a reasonable purchase right now. And it's still early access. Like, it's fucking crazy. Oh. Please don't fuck me over. Just an exciting fucking game. Trials Evolution. I guess I could also put like Trials Rising on this list because I have that and I've played some of it, and it's like, I think that's the latest one, but it's the same game. They're good. The Trials games are fine. Probably just about here. Ultimate Chicken Horse. Home of the sheep, which graces the bottom of this screen. Ultimate Chicken Horse is a beautiful and terrible game. Not terrible as in bad, just terrible as in like what it does to you and the people you play it with. You really learn a lot about people when you play Ultimate Chicken Horse with them. It's kind of like a Mario Party type deal, except in Mario Party you can't actually control. Usually, like, there's a limited amount of control when you fuck people over in Mario Party because there's so much dice rolling. You can just like make eye contact with someone in Ultimate Chicken Horse. Like when someone has a fucking path they've been working throughout a level, and you just fucking block it with a giant fucking fan. Probably goes like here. It's a great game. Untitled Goose Game. I don't even have much to say about Untitled Goose Game. Like, I finished Untitled Goose Game and I was like, that was nice. It doesn't have to be much more than it is. Probably right about here. Ballhalla, or VA11 Hall A. A cyberpunk visual novel. Well, actually, it's not even really a visual novel. There is kind of a game to it. You play as a bartender in a cyberpunk bar in the future. It's not bad, actually. I played through it like once. There's like 4 or 5 different endings or something. It was okay. I would probably put it at the lower end of good. Probably about here. I think Warframe is probably one of the best free-to-play games. It has the best free-to-play model, But really what I mean when I say that is that it has like the least offensive free-to-play model. It's still very present and you can feel it, but it's not like, you know, you're not looking at other people who are, you know, dropping fucking $100 bills on Warframe and going, oh, why can't I have that? Because you can. And it's not like an endless grind. You can see like the path in front of you to get to the thing that you want to get to generally. Unfortunately, on the other hand, whenever the devs make new, like, story content or whatever for Warframe, they do, like, the most boneheaded game design. They have, like, this very solid core gameplay that they could, like, expand on more, and sometimes they do, but maybe they're just, like, afraid to do that or something, and they will just take away all of your sick ninja powers to make you walk through a cutscene manually rather than just, like, playing it. I don't fucking know. But Warframe's good. Probably right about here. But the golf was a fun game. Was it great? Even though it had like a very clear formula to it, it still kept things fresh in the levels, which is hard to do. Like I can put you here. This is kind of appropriate for these two to sit next to each other. Road to Ballhalla and What the Golf. They kind of have the same format. The Wolf. The Wolf. It's good. It's not great. It is a Telltale game, but the writing was solid enough. I think I can put it just about here or so. XCOM Enemy Unknown. This was my first XCOM game. I think XCOM 2 is a better game, but goddamn, that game really loves to just fuck you. XCOM 1, it feels like they would lube you up first. Mad goes bad, yeah, basically. I'll put Enemy Unknown probably just about here. And XCOM 2, I don't know. I'll just put them next to each other. Put 2 below 1, it's fine. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel, and it's filled with muscular Japanese men. Yakuza 0 is a great game. I sunk some hours into this fucking game. I would probably put it like just about here. Kiwami Uno was solid. I think it can probably fit in probably like here. Make some room there. And Kiwami 2 is generally of the same quality as Kiwami 1. I'll just put it right there. That's fine.